I have a whole lot to talk about. The trouble is, I just feel so anxious. First of all, I'll tell you why I feel anxious. I realized recently that something has been threatening me with eternal damnation, at least the way I've been interpreting it, and I've been pretty intuitive most of my life, since 2004. And I've literally had no one to turn to. I came close to overdosing in a suicide attempt that was unplanned last winter, and I've been making contingency plans to end my life. I've actually taken steps in the past to carry out those plans. I haven't done anything this summer. I haven't had any. I've had more ideation. I have had more ideation, and I posted a on and off, not constantly. There's plenty of days where I don't have any ideation, but my life and my soul and my salvation could be at stake here, and I'm not gonna stop till I get answers I need. And I'm feeling really pissed off because it looks like a lot of people are treating me in incredibly cruel ways, and seem to be on the surface trying to psychologically destroy me so that I actually do end my life. I don't know if this is the case. I suspect that this is not this person's conscious intent whatsoever at all. In fact, I love this person, and this person knows who they are. But this experience is also leading me to think in ways I've never thought before. I think the dimensions are about perspectives, like facets in a diamond. It's one thing to say that you're feeling alone and lonely, and that can be a very devastating feeling to not have family and close friends. But there's a very, very big difference between that kind of lonely and being in outer space where there's no chance of talking to anyone. There's really no, animals or people, at least, on the moon, or, you know what I'm saying? I mean, who the hell? I don't know what's in outer space, and most of us, nobody, I don't know. I forget that I said, I don't even want to say anything that's not said right. I'm trying to be as accurate as I can, but if anybody encounters me and you happen to be considering suicide, my best advice is twofold here. First of all, as other people have said, it's a permanent solution to hopefully a temporary problem, but you're not going to know if it's temporary unless you stick around as long as you possibly can. And there is always a chance that you will experience absolute joy and happiness again, no matter how dark things look. I consider myself a galactic gangster of sorts, for sure, because I don't think the average person has been threatened with, or has felt like they've been threatened with, eternal suffering and damnation. And I don't mean like, people have been afraid of it because it's been in the Bible. But when you know that your intuitive impressions have been true your whole life, as far as you can remember, it changes everything. Okay, it changes everything. Now, I'm not saying this makes sense logically to me, that God would be that wicked or that cruel. But unfortunately, the possibility has entered my mind because of my experiences in the last couple of years. But my experiences, I remember these experiences now. It's occurred to me recently that this started in 2004. At least that's when I can remember, because I don't remember having any of these fears before that. I took it for granted that the God of my understanding was an all-powerful, all-loving, or at the very least benevolent God, but I thought all-loving, and I had a lot more peace. In fact, I didn't feel overly afraid of death. Now I do. I'm having some medical problems. I have knee problems. I don't want anybody to touch me. I don't want to go near a hospital, and it's so ironic because now I have all kinds of health insurance, but you're limited as to where you can go to an extent, but and for me that can be problematic because I tend to like alternative medicine. That's what usually works for me better, but some conventional medicine has really saved my butt too. There's no doubt about that. There's good and bad in both, as most of us know. So I can't really show you the experiences on my phone, but the videos that I've been watching from this person named Lenka, who's in Germany, and she's Czech. It's been fascinating, because what I've noticed is that, and I've noticed this just the other day when I listened to Telephone Line. There's so many videos, and they've been so triggering. I've been putting off going through them. I haven't wanted to, because it's been so fucking painful, and I haven't gotten any resolution. I haven't been able to talk to my friend RG. I haven't been able to talk to anybody really who can make sense of my experiences. So it's been absolutely mind-boggling, tormenting, unsettling, and also exhilarating and interesting like never before. So I guess you could say curiosity is part of what drives me forward, and hope. Hope that I will find my twin flame, or my truest partner, the one that's best for me, that I just feel that has everything I really want, and someone I feel that I could be with forever, if that's possible. And I tend to believe all things are possible, and that there's someone else out there that's looking for love that is truly lasting. Nobody, it's hard to conceptualize forever, but as a human being, that's what I think I want. And a lot of people do. Probably most people in love want the same thing. They don't want to ever have to say goodbye to that person. It doesn't make sense. So what I noticed, back to Lenka's videos, not all of them make sense to me, but several absolutely do. And the songs that were triggering me at work, and I just lost my job, which I'm very happy about, because now I have more time for things that are important. Telephone Line played there, and that song never triggered me before. Boy, it was horrifying. It was beyond horrifying. I could hardly focus on what I was doing. And that was before I ever saw Lenka's video. Yes, I have had memory issues, but I'm also quite consciously aware. No formalized diagnosis has been given to me yet. My psychiatrist thinks I might be having temporal lobe seizures, but the memory lapses I'm talking about are like, I'll leave food out on the table, or my car will be parked somewhere and I can't remember where I parked it, or like chunks of time will be missing. So that could technically be contributing to this, but intuitively I know it's not, because the triggering stuff, the songs that were triggering me the most happened in the winter. Some songs seemed to give me the feeling that I was going to be that a serial killer or somebody was going to get a hold of me and hack me into pieces and do all kinds of god-awful things to me. And the song Telephone Line had unbelievably unbearing meaning to me. Some of the words, some of the lyrics were actually nice sometimes when I heard it, but there was parts that really were driving me crazy, because it seemed at those moments to mean that the person I believe is my truest partner, which is RG, will never wake up and realize who I am and who I am and can be to him. So I have no doubt that we're communicating telepathically, at least in my mind. I have no doubt whatsoever. So I heard Telephone Line at work, and I just saw that video for the first time. I would have made the correlation before if I had seen the video before, because it's so strong. I would have remembered that. That's what I absolutely believe. The other song that played at work that I can remember from those videos happened after I saw one of her videos, and it was the song by Barbra Streisand. Barbra Streisand means something to me too. It's called Tell Him That the Sun and Moon Rise in His Eyes. And that's what I've been thinking about RG ever since I saw his eyes last year in a certain way when he was sitting in this blue chair. And actually it was before that I noticed his eyes. And then I got this channeling about a sun and a moon, and him being the sun, me being the moon. And I heard that song at work, and I had never heard it there before. And it seems like they have like a limited amount of songs that they play, and they throw a few new ones in there occasionally. So yeah, but there's so many things that have been triggering me, like the Guns N' Roses. There's one there that the guy says, "I want you to think of nothing but pain when you think of me." And then RG posted, he did some dressing up with his friend Pierre, who I'm growing to like very much. He did some, he dressed up as, and he reminded me of someone that could be from Guns N' Roses. So I've been afraid of you, to be honest. I've been like, part of me has been like wishing this away because it's so painful and fearful. I'm like, it feels like Pandora's box. I don't want anything to do with it. But then when I go on dating sites and I look at these other people, there's no one that even holds a vague interest for me whatsoever. It's so fucking bizarre. But yet I'm trying to surrender. I'm trying to accept. I don't know what the future holds. I don't know. I'm not you. So I don't know what you're going to do. I can't. It's totally. So I have no control over another human being. Nobody does. So, not that I know of anyway. So, I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know what the hell he's doing, but he was talking about how he's skeptical about love. And I'm thinking, God, oh my God, you think I'm fucking crazy? You're fucking crazy. Yeah. Geez, I just don't like the way I look. I don't like the way I look when I smile, but I have to embrace it. I want to get different sunglasses. I'm sick of these. I want to get different earrings. I want to get some more colors in my hair, but it's not in the cards at the moment. I have to be financially reasonable here. But at least I get to enjoy this beautiful, God, this place is great. I haven't seen this section of the park. But anyway, so my thoughts today that I'd like to share with you, perspectives. I think the dimensions are about perspectives. And songs seem to change meaning based on how I'm feeling. If I feel like it's a divine, if I feel like it's coming from a loving God, then, and if I'm feeling what they call high vibe, I'm free. I'm not feeling super depressed in those moments. My circumstances are not too stressful in that moment, immediately stressful, then I can perceive them in ways that are unbelievably beautiful. And it's made me really believe in the fifth dimension and the ascension and everything. I also feel strongly that I am here to help with this ascension. Though the odd thing is, I came close to, I felt like a stroke or a heart attack earlier in 2020, late 2019 and early 2020, but late 2019, right around Christmas. I felt like I was, or even somewhere around that time, and even since early 2019 till recently, I had been reaching out to people all over the place. I was absolutely suicidal. I was having all kinds of ideations, trying to figure out plans, but again, I was trying to postpone it. But I felt like I was closer to a stroke or a heart attack. And there was like, people were picking up on me intuitively. They would say, "Oh, I just thought about you the other day," but their hearts weren't open to me. They weren't responding. They weren't calling. They were saying they couldn't help me, making up some bullshit excuses. All I was asking for was just somebody to talk to me for just a few minutes, maybe once a week or once every couple weeks. I mean, I literally had no one to talk to. I felt like I was in outer space, like the movie Gravity with Sandra Bullock. I felt like it, and then I saw synchronicities that correlated with that. So the synchronicities are talking to me, constantly. They're reflecting my thoughts, they're reflecting my situations all the fucking time. I'm having all kinds of phenomenon I can't explain. Now, maybe the thing with my Echo Dot, maybe it remembered me listening to that Daniel Landa song, but what are the chances that I said, "Alexa, play"? This is the previous video I did last night. I said, Alexa, play, and then I blanked out. I didn't say anything because I don't know the name of the song. And Alexa played the exact song I was thinking of by Lenka. That kind of stuff has been happening. People have been adding stuff to my playlist. I mean, that I can't explain. And nice stuff. It hasn't all been devastating. Some of it's been really nice. But another thing, Lenka's video about the time sensitive, it was meant to be, and it was time sensitive. Somebody knows that was hugely triggering to me because I haven't been able to rely. I feel like I can't rely on anything anybody predicts or says that's old information, like even a week before, because things seem to be changing so much. So when I saw that, I'm like, great. So great. I'm like, too late. Or yeah, well, that's another fucking fear. Then the song Torn comes out, and you're a little late. So I've been worried about being late for my own salvation. Yeah, that's my biggest fear. Late for my own. So this thing is reflecting to me. It's what it's telling me now is that you're already too late. So, but okay, so if that was the case, I put out an SOS call on a community board, like you go through your phone. It's a neighborhood community where you can still post and reach actual people. And I got like 60 some. I keep getting responses. Not everybody gives me their number, but I've had a handful of people give me their number. I got invited to a senior luncheon tomorrow in Parma. It's not something I feel like, I don't feel like I would belong there, but hey, you know what? Everybody is a part of God in my world, in my understanding. So I'm going to go. No person is unimportant. So I'm probably going to go. Oh, I have another appointment though. I just realized that. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I can't get a hold of this lady because I don't have her number. Shoot. Okay. Well, see, that's the thing. Like on a day-to-day basis, things often just don't make any sense. They just don't make any sense. I mean, things are not fitting together, and it makes my blood pressure go up. It triggers these, I guess you would call them existential fears, but I don't know if it's existential fears. I'm not an atheist. I definitely believe in a God. I just don't know the nature of the gods or the God or whoever's in control of this universe. Is it me? Who is it? I mean, I'm definitely not, I'm a modest person, okay? And I can't imagine that kind of responsibility. So that to me seems like, I don't even really want to entertain that thought. Although sometimes, occasionally I do, because that in a way does make me feel a little safe, because I know myself. I know that I have a good heart. I have a heart, and I'm able to feel empathy and compassion for people. But yeah, so that's what I have to say for today, and I want to get some walking done.